So you don't have a jointer in your shop? Well, neither do I. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how to make this jig. So stick around. So this video is just going to be an overview of how to make this jig. If you do need precise measurements along with a materials list and a step-by-step instruction of how to make it, I will have plans available on my website for sale. I'll have a link for that down in the description. So you will need 3/4 inch plywood for this project, and right here I'm just cutting it down to the base final dimension. So we're going to use the Rockler T-Track and the MicroJig Matchfit dovetail clamps. So I'm just marking out the locations for the 2 dados for the track, as well as the 3 places that I'm going to put the dovetails. Make sure you cut the dovetails in one pass. I stayed up one night working on this too long, and I don't know what I was thinking, but I thought I could do it in 2 passes. The clamps will not work if you cut it in 2 passes. So make sure you do the dovetails all in one pass, but the dados for the T-Track can be in 2 passes or 3 passes or however many you want, as long as it's cut down to the depth just under the height of the track. That way it's sitting just below the surface. So to pre-drill for the T-Track, I'm using a self-centering drill bit called a VIX bit. It's also used for hinges, but that way you're just drilling in the exact spot. The screws I used were just a hair long. I wasn't able to find the right size that I needed, so I just filed them down. To attach the miter bar, I use dimes in the slot. That way it raises it up so that the track sits above to attach it to the base, and I just use super glue to hold it down before I press the board onto it. The miter bar has 3 threaded holes, so I pre-drill with an 1/8 inch bit and then come back on the other end with a 1/4 inch and a countersink, and then I screw in the bolts to attach the base to the miter bar. The tapering fence I also use 3/4 plywood. I first cut it to the final width and then cut it to the final length, and then I mark out where I'm going to put the slotted hole, as well as where I'm going to put the hole that's going to allow the fence to pivot. And then I use my Duresta ice pick to go ahead and mark a little hole so I can use it so I know exactly where to drill, and it's exactly in the center. I don't know what happened to the footage for drilling these holes. I think I just forgot to hit record, but here it is, 1 hole at the end, 2 on the other end, and I use a coping saw to cut the slot because I didn't have a router bit that was the right size, so I didn't use my router table. Then I just use the hardware and attach it to the base, and I run the whole jig through the saw 1 time. That way the base is flush with the blade, so anything that hangs over the edge will get cut in the joining or tapering feature. And as you can see right here, there's no gaps. It's perfectly flush. Just put some glue in there and clamp it together. To taper, just move the fence to whatever angle you want it to be at. Tighten it down. Make sure that what you're cutting is obviously hanging over the edge and will be cut. Put the clamps on the other side. They will slide under the fence, and clamp it down. Just make sure if you're not cutting something small that the clamp's not sticking underneath and going to be cut by the blade. Here's what the taper that I just cut on that post looks like. So thanks for watching this video, everybody. If you liked it, please click that thumbs up button. Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And like I said at the beginning, I do have plans available for this jig on my website. I'm going to sell them for $5 a piece. They have a materials list, detailed step-by-step instructions of how everything to do it, all dimensions, all measurements, all bit sizes, everything that you need is in there, along with SketchUp plans, diagrams with measurements and everything, and pictures from the actual
building process. So if you'd like to get those plans, please go to the link down below and purchase them on my website. And thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time.